This is water. Are you going to vote your loved one out of the game?
Tonight, judgment of the people. Our new poll has a verdict on the president and the health care law. John Dickerson looks at the sobering numbers. Alex Rodriguez storms out and sounds off. Jeff Glor on what A-Rod said about the baseball commissioner.
To put me in his big mantle on the way out, that's a hell of a trophy.
Chip Reed reports on an emergency landing after an escape slide deployed inside the passenger compartment. And we'll speak with Clint Hill, the only Secret Service agent to reach President Kennedy as the shots were being fired 50 years ago.
And then just as I approached the president's car, there was a third shot. It hit the president in the head.
What did you see?
This is the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley.
Good evening. What happens when your name is on a product and that product is not working as advertised? Well, ask the president. A CBS News poll out tonight finds his job approval rating has fallen to an all-time low since the October 1st rollout of the health care law that he calls Obamacare. Have a look. Only 37% of Americans approve of the job Mr. Obama is doing. That is down 9 points since last month. In that same time, approval of his Affordable Care Act has dropped 12 points from 43% to 31%. John Dickerson is our political director. Bill Daley is in Chicago. He was once the president's chief of staff. First to you, John, these numbers in the poll, what strikes you?
Well, what strikes me, Scott, is that when the president has had low approval ratings numbers before, like during the debt ceiling fight in 2011, people still thought he was trustworthy. That's changing. In September of last year, CBS asked if people found the president honest and trustworthy. 60% said they did. Now only 49% do. That's in part because of his broken promise that if you had insurance that you liked, you could keep it. Now this is going to make it very hard for the president to remarket his Affordable Care Act, as he says he wants to do, or to sell other items in his agenda. And this is a bruise that's going to keep getting hit because there are credibility tests to come. The president made a lot of promises about the law when he was selling it, and he's made a lot of promises about the website, and those promises have still yet to come due.
I want to ask you about something else that jumped out at us. Have a look at this. Only 7% think the health care law should stay as it is. 48% said that it needs some changes. 43% thinks it should be repealed altogether. Well, the president only has 3 years left in his term. I mean, is the health law going to be viable?
Well, the 43% that want it ripped out, repealed, that's not too much more. It's not good for the president, but it's not too much more than that number was this summer. But that 48% that wants some changes, that explains why members of the president's party are pushing on him for some kind of modifications. Now, what kind of modifications will depend on whether the site is working by the end of the month and whether people are getting signed up in enough numbers. If they're not, there's going to be a lot more pressure on him to fix it.
Now let us bring in Bill Daley, once Mr. Obama's chief of staff from 2011 to 2012. He's now a CBS News contributor. Mr. Daley, the health care rollout was the president's highest domestic priority. Should he have been asking more questions about whether it was going to succeed?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that everyone in the administration should have been asking more questions. And I think the president basically, Scott, said that last Thursday in his press conference. So, but his challenge right now, obviously, as John said, is to get this back on track, first of all, with the website, and then just take it day by day, week by week, and trying to rebuild the belief in that law being working, and then addressing the sort of trust and trustworthiness problems that obviously came out in this poll.
If you were still running the White House staff, would heads be rolling?
Well, I think right now it doesn't do any good to start to chop heads off. Right now, you've just got to plow through this. This is the most difficult part of it, that there's no easy fix to any of these things. You've just got to keep going day by day forward. Dennis McDonough, the chief of staff, is a really solid guy, and he understands that. So there's no quick fix. Your numbers, like John talked about, may drop quickly. They can't be rebuilt quickly. You just got to understand that, and you've just got to plow forward. And there's no easy fix, and there's no quick turnaround in this sort of thing. And I think that's what they understand, and that's the dilemma. There's no point you can look to in the next month to see a 10-point jump up at least not anything that they control. Maybe some event happens in the world that refocuses attention. But as far as what has to be done, they've just got to grind through this day by day and begin to have some small successes and look for singles and doubles and no triples or home runs right now.
Dennis McDonough, the current chief of staff. Bill Daley in Chicago, thank you very much. John Dickerson, our political director. Thank you, John. In New York today, baseball's highest paid and most controversial player stormed out of his arbitration hearing when the arbitrator said he will not order Commissioner Bud Selig to testify. New York Yankee Alex Rodriguez is appealing his suspension for allegedly using performance-enhancing drugs, or PEDs. Here's Jeff Glor.
Alex Rodriguez left the private hearing and aired his defense in public.
And today I lost my mind. I banged the table and kicked a briefcase and slammed out of the room.
Rodriguez appeared on WFAN radio in New York, which is also broadcast on the Yankees television network.
Were you guilty of any of these charges?
No, and I should have.
Did you do anything wrong?
No.
Did you do any PEDs?
No.
Did you obstruct just anybody, any witnesses? Did you do anything that they accuse you of doing? Nothing.
Nothing.
So you're guilty in your mind of nothing.
I feel like I should be there opening day.
Rodriguez was suspended earlier this year for 211 games by Major League Baseball, a suspension he appealed.
Whether you like me or not, what's wrong is wrong, and the system is wrong. And whether you're in federal court or state court or in kangaroo court that we are today, players need protection.
He says baseball commissioner Bud Selig is out to get him, in part because Rodriguez is still owed $86 million.
100% is personal, and I think this is about his legacy, and it's about my legacy, and he's trying to destroy me. And by the way, he's retiring in 2014, and to put me in his big mantle on the way out, that's a hell of a trophy.
Major League Baseball responded with this statement. For more than 40 years, Major League Baseball and the Players Association have had a contractual grievance process to address disputes. Major League Baseball remains committed to this process and to a fair resolution.
Typically, players are not present at these hearings. Rodriguez chose to be for a time. So, Scott, the hearing will continue tomorrow with or without him.
Jeff, thanks very much. It appears tonight that the United States is on the verge of an agreement with Afghanistan that would clear the way for thousands of U.S. troops to train and assist Afghan forces after the NATO combat mission ends next year. But there are a lot of ways this could go wrong, and David Martin is on the story.
Secretary of State Kerry emerged from a meeting with visiting dignitaries to announce a deal.
In a series of conversations with President Karzai in the course of this morning, even interrupting some of our conversations, that we reached an agreement as to the final language of the bilateral security agreement that will be placed before the Loya Jirga tomorrow.
The Loya Jirga is a council of Afghan elders, and until the agreement is approved by them and by the Afghan parliament, it's not a done deal. U.S. officials say there are two potential sticking points. One is President Karzai's insistence American troops should never search or attack Afghan homes, operations which in the past have resulted in the deaths of Afghan civilians. But the U.S. wants the right to send in its own troops, for instance, to rescue a captured American soldier. For that, Karzai wants a letter from President Obama expressing regret for past civilian casualties and promising U.S. soldiers will only enter Afghan homes under extraordinary circumstances. The second issue is immunity for U.S. troops from prosecution under Afghan law. Without it, the U.S. will pull all its troops out. But President Karzai said last month he didn't even discuss immunity with Kerry during their marathon negotiating sessions and would leave the entire issue up to the Loya Jirga.
The agreement says nothing about how many American troops would remain in Afghanistan after 2014. The president has not made a decision yet, but the number is expected to be around 5,000 to 8,000 compared to the present 48,000.
David Martin at the Pentagon for us tonight. David, thank you very much. The news is often unexpected, and something that no one expected happened today aboard a JetBlue flight. Here's Chip Reed.
It began as a routine flight as JetBlue 1266 took off from Fort Myers, Florida this afternoon, heading for Boston with 73 passengers and 4 crew members on board. But about 10 minutes into the flight, suddenly the emergency evacuation slide at the left front of the plane, just behind the cockpit, deployed, expanding across the aisle and into the front galley. An emergency was declared and the plane was diverted to Orlando International Airport, where it landed safely and the passengers exited through a rear door. The Embraer 190, a widely used passenger jet, was taken out of service for inspection. The National Transportation Safety Board is investigating. The sudden deployment of an evacuation slide inside an airplane during flight is rare but not unprecedented. In fact, Scott, in July 2008, it happened inside then-Senator Barack Obama's presidential campaign plane. No one was injured.
Chip Reed in our Washington newsroom. Thank you, Chip. We have a clearer picture tonight of the destruction left by dozens of tornadoes that tore through the Midwest on Sunday. State officials in Illinois say at least 900 homes were destroyed or badly damaged. In Indiana, it's about 400 in just one town, Kokomo. Don Daler is there, and we were struck by what he found.
We found Nancy Finch picking through the debris of her childhood home on Bell Street.
It is just stuff, but when it's your stuff, it's a whole different story when you see it scattered everywhere.
Moments earlier, Steve Schneider showed up to help. Schneider didn't know Finch. He's not even from Kokomo. Why are you here?
To help him. I just give him a hand today, and you never know when it's going to come in your back door.
Is anybody hungry? That's about the time Sarah Miller and Jennifer Brackett arrived. Their homes had been spared.
They lost everything. We could at least bring them breakfast.
I got room for everything.
Down the block, Kevin Sprinkle was helping a young couple find a new place to live.
You guys can take my truck.
How long have you known Courtney and Michael?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, this is the first time I met him.
You were just coming by and you decided to help
No,
them.
I came intentionally by. I'm not just driving by. I came to help.
When a tornado pushed Phyllis Rollins' house onto the railroad tracks, the whole neighborhood turned out to remove it. After a day of digging, they found her late husband's wedding ring.
Thank you, God. Yeah, what a woman.
There are two things that become apparent in disasters such as this. Bad things happen, and good people respond. Don Daler, CBS News, Kokomo, Indiana.
Clarissa Ward is in Beirut at the scene of a deadly suicide attack. And Oprah Winfrey shares a laugh and gets a presidential medal when the CBS Evening News continues.
I remember the day my doctor said I had diabetes. There was a lot I had to do. Watch my diet, stay active, and start insulin. Today I learned there's something I don't have to do anymore. My doctor said that with Novolog FlexPen, I don't have to use a syringe and a vial or carry a cooler.
FlexPen comes pre-filled with fast-acting insulin used to help control high blood sugar when you eat. Dial the exact dose. Inject by pushing a button. No drawing from a vial. You should eat a meal within 5 to 10 minutes after injecting Novolog, insulin aspart RDNA origin injection. Do not use if your blood sugar is too low or if you're allergic to any of its ingredients. The most common side effect is low blood sugar, which may cause symptoms such as sweating, shakiness, confusion, and headache. Severe low blood sugar can be serious and life-threatening. Ask your healthcare provider about alcohol use, operating machinery, or driving. Other possible side effects include injection site reactions and low potassium in your blood. Tell your healthcare provider about all medicines you take and all of your medical conditions. Get medical help right away if you experience serious allergic reactions such as body rash, trouble with breathing, fast heartbeat, or sweating.
FlexPen is insulin delivery my way.
Covered by most insurance plans, including Medicare. Find your copay cost at myflexpen.com. Ask your healthcare provider about Novolog FlexPen today.
Fighting constipation by eating healthier, drinking plenty of water, but still not getting relief? Try Dulcolax laxative tablets. Dulcolax is comfort-coated for gentle overnight relief. Dulcolax, predictable overnight relief you can count on.
You know how painful heartburn can be. For fast, long-lasting relief, use doctor-recommended Gaviscon. Only Gaviscon forms a protective barrier that helps block stomach acid from splashing up, relieving the pain quickly. Try fast, long-lasting Gaviscon.
This is Pam. Her busy Saturday begins with back pain when...
Hey, Pam, you should take Advil. Why? You could take 4 Advil for all-day relief.
So I should give up my 2 Aleve for more pills with Advil? You're joking, right? For my back pain, I want my Aleve.
Those look like baby steps now, but they were some pretty good moves. And the best move of all? Having the right partner at my side. It's so much better that way.
Have the right partner at your side. Consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan, insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Go long.
They began burying the dead in Beirut, Lebanon today. Twin suicide bombings yesterday killed at least 23 people. The target was Iran's embassy, a sign perhaps that Syria's civil war next door is spreading beyond its borders. Iran backs the Assad dictatorship in Syria. An al-Qaeda offshoot that claimed responsibility for the bombings backs the rebels in Syria. Clarissa Ward is in Beirut.
In security camera footage the moment after the first blast, you can see people cautiously moving towards the scene. Then the second, much bigger bomb explodes. At the scene of the blast, investigators sifted through the wreckage looking for evidence. But Lebanon's former president Emil Lahoud told us he didn't need to see the results of that investigation.
Who do you think is responsible for this, sir?
The enemies of Lebanon. And you know who is the biggest enemy of Lebanon?
Who?
After experience, I can say it is the fundamentalists.
An extremist group with ties to al-Qaeda has claimed responsibility for the attack, saying it was revenge for Iran's support of Hezbollah. The Lebanese militia is fighting with Syrian government troops against the rebels inside Syria. We were granted rare access to the funerals of 4 Hezbollah fighters killed in yesterday's attack.
There are thousands of people in this funeral procession marching through the streets of this Hezbollah stronghold. They're here not just to mourn the dead, but to show solidarity in what they see as a battle for survival.
Lebanon is now braced for retaliation. The atmosphere was emotionally charged. Death to America, the people shouted. It's a traditional chant at Hezbollah events, but the real threat is much closer to home. That Lebanon may be drawn deeper into Syria's civil war as it spreads through the region. Clarissa Ward, CBS News, Beirut.
Late today, the Los Angeles County coroner released its findings in the death of Gerardo Hernandez, the TSA officer shot in that attack on Los Angeles International Airport. The LA police had started an investigation into whether Hernandez had been allowed to bleed to death in the 30 minutes before he was evacuated. But tonight, the coroner's report found that Hernandez died within 2 to 5 minutes of being shot. We'll be right back.
For over a decade, millions have raised their hand for the proven relief of the purple pill. And that relief could be in your hand. For many, Nexium helps relieve heartburn symptoms from acid reflux disease. Find out how you can save at purplepill.com. There is risk of bone fracture and low magnesium levels. Side effects may include headache, abdominal pain, and diarrhea. If you have persistent diarrhea, contact your doctor right away. Other serious stomach conditions may exist. Avoid if you take clopidogrel. For many, relief is at hand. Ask your doctor about Nexium.
If you have high blood pressure like I do, many cold medicines may raise your blood pressure. That's why there's Coricidin HBP. It relieves cold symptoms without raising blood pressure. So look for powerful cold medicine with the heart, Coricidin HBP.
Look at this amazing before and after. See why every year Lifestyle Lift wins. Over 6 million individuals just like you have already called. These people are real. The photos untouched. Will you imagine what a Lifestyle Lift will do for you? Learn how easy it is today. Like the millions before you, call for your free gift pack because we are the nation's #1 choice for people like you who want to look and feel younger. Their stories began like yours with an easy, free phone call because like you, they cared about not looking old anymore. They look amazing, youthful, and energetic. Join countless others like you. Call today because we have a special gift just for you. Our free gift pack filled with invaluable information. Call 1-800-800-3182 now. No credit card needed. And when you call today, you'll receive your gift pack fast. Because as a free bonus, we'll expedite it. And you'll get a coupon for your facial analysis, see your new look, a $300 value, free. So call 1-800-800-3182.
When pain goes deep, I use new Salon Pass Deep Relieving Gel. This powerful new gel rushes 3 pain fighters deep into my muscles. It's fast melting, quick absorbing, penetrating deep relief.
Salon Paws, powerful relief when and where you need it.
It's the Wolf and Sub-Zero sale event going on now at Basco. Nobody sells more Wolf or Sub-Zero appliances than Basco. And for a limited time, you'll save up to $2,500 on select Wolf and Sub-Zero kitchen appliance combinations. Basco, the appliance experience on Northwest 14th and Davis.
Save hundreds on Beauty Rest and Posturepedic, or choose $300 in free gifts with the most popular Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Even choose 48 months interest-free financing on the new Tempur Choice with head-to-toe customization. The Triple Choice sale is ending soon.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom is the nation's highest civilian honor. President Obama awarded it today to a number of prominent Americans whose lives, he said, remind us of the beauty of the human spirit. Among the honorees were Baseball Hall of Famer Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub, women's rights activist Gloria Steinem, Ben Bradley of the Washington Post, country music star Loretta Lynn, and former President Bill Clinton.
His foundation and global initiative have helped to save or improve the lives of literally hundreds of millions of people. And of course, I am most grateful for his patience during the endless travels of my Secretary of State.
Mr. Obama told another honoree they have something in common.
Early in Oprah Winfrey's career, her bosses told her she should change her name to Susie. I have to pause here to say I got the same advice.
The Presidential Medal of Freedom was created by John F. Kennedy 50 years ago, but he never got to present it before he was assassinated. On that day, Clint Hill made a heroic attempt to save Kennedy's life. He'll tell us his story next.
And in a clinical trial versus Lipitor, Crestor got more high-risk patients' bad cholesterol to a goal of under 100.
Way to go, Crestor! Yeah!
Getting the goal is a big deal, especially if you have high cholesterol plus any of these risk factors, because you could be at increased risk for plaque buildup in your arteries over time. So when diet and exercise aren't enough to lower cholesterol, adding Crestor can help.
Go, Crestor!
Crestor is not right for everyone, like people with liver disease or women who are nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Tell your doctor about other medicines you're taking. Call your doctor right away if you have muscle pain or weakness, feel unusually tired, have loss of appetite, upper belly pain, dark urine, or yellowing of skin or eyes. These could be signs of rare but serious side effects.
Crestor. Yes!
Ask your doctor about Crestor. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
She's always been able to brighten your day. It's just her way. But your erectile dysfunction? That could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medications and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or if you have any allergic reactions such as rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a 30-tablet free trial.
Prilosec's not made for immediate heartburn relief. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. Prilosec can take 24 hours. Zantac, no pill relieves heartburn faster.
I have a cold with this annoying runny nose. I better take something.
Dayquil Cold and Flu doesn't treat that.
It doesn't?
Alka-Seltzer Plus fights your worst cold symptoms, plus has a fast-acting antihistamine.
Oh, what a relief it is.
Hover Oregon has 25,000 paper applications to process. So is that even possible before the end of the year? How they plan to get it done tonight at 11.
Today, Presidents Obama and Clinton and their wives visited the grave of John F. Kennedy as the nation this week marks the 50th anniversary of his assassination. They were joined by Kennedy's sister-in-law, Ethel, and the late president's only grandson, Jack Schlossberg. When the shots were fired in Dallas 50 years ago, only one Secret Service agent managed to reach Kennedy. Clint Hill is 81 now, but his memories are sharp and he shared them with us. He was assigned to protect Mrs. Kennedy, and Hill was standing here, closest to the First Lady, on the side of the car following the presidential limousine.
As you're beginning the motorcade through downtown Dallas, what is the crowd like, and what are your concerns, if any?
Well, the crowd had really grown. It was very large. They couldn't be contained on the sidewalk. They were 15 to 20 deep on each side of the street.
What are you watching as the cars go through those crowds?
Anybody that's out of the ordinary, that stands out, that isn't dressed like everybody else, that just appears different, those are the kinds of things we have to make note of.
As the motorcade turns on to Dealey Plaza, what are you seeing?
Immediately in front of us was the Texas School Book Depository. We didn't see anything unusual at all, and then when we just started to straighten out and started to gain up a little bit more speed was when I heard an explosive noise over my right shoulder.
The four agents on the follow-up car snapped their heads toward the noise. The two on the right side, assigned to cover the president, now looked away from the limousine. But as Hill turned, his view crossed the president's car.
I saw the president grab at his throat and move to his left, and I knew something was wrong. And so that's when I jumped from my position to try and get up on the top of the back of it to form a shield there behind President and Mrs. Kennedy so no further damage could be done.
Walk me through it. Your foot hits the pavement, and what happens?
Well, I jumped off to my left. There was a motorcycle officer immediately to my left. So I had to get between the motorcycle and the follow-up car to get to the president's car. The two cars were separated by about 5 to 7 feet. And so I ran as fast as I could. Later, they told me there was a second shot while I was running. I hadn't heard it. And then just as I approached the president's car, there was a third shot. It hit the president in the head.
What did you see?
Brain matter, blood, bone fragments, all come out of the wound. Then Mrs. Kennedy came up with a trunk. She was trying to grab some of that material and pull it back with her. I got a hold of her and I put her in the back seat. And when I did that, his body fell to its left into her lap. His head was in her lap. The right side of his face was up. I could see his eyes were fixed. I could see an area through the skull that there was no brain matter in that area at all. So I assumed it was a fatal wound. I turned and gave a thumbs down to the follow-up car crew. Wanted to make sure they knew. And then I screamed at the driver to get us to a hospital.
Thumbs down meant what?
That it was a very grave situation. I assumed it was fatal, and that's what I really meant.
Did you attempt to speak to the president?
No, I didn't try to talk to him at all. And Mrs. Kennedy, she only said a couple things when I was there. She said, oh, I have his brains in my hand, and, oh, Jack, what have they done? I love you, Jack. That's all I heard her say.
The limousine sped to Parkland Hospital, and that is where we pick up the story with Clint Hill on Friday. We'll be broadcasting from Dealey Plaza in Dallas to mark the 50th anniversary. That's the CBS Evening News for tonight. For all of us at CBS News all around the world, good night.
When you're merging onto U.S., cover your ears. You want a truck that helps keep the outside out. Chevy Silverado delivers a quiet cab that's second to nobody in its class. And by nobody, I mean Ram and Ford.
See your Northwest Chevy dealer. Now use $750 in holiday cash to get $3,500 total value on this Silverado All-Star V6 or GM owners trade up to get $5,500 total value.
Our customers have asked that we offer more money-saving options on their favorite mattress brand, Tempur-Pedic. My family listened, and for a limited time, I'm offering 36-month interest-free financing and free express delivery when you buy a Tempur-Pedic mattress set. But I don't think that's enough, so I'm guaranteeing that our most popular Tempur-Pedic mattress sets are in stock or they're free. It's simple. If we don't have it, you get it for free. Visit any of our 27 family-owned and operated stores for the best value, selection, and service. Be Bed Smart. Shop Bed